Can you get a job on a yacht without any experience? Yes, absolutely. But behind this yes are a few points that I think we need to address in order to ensure that you maximise your chances. So, if you're thinking to go and look for a yacht job now or in the future, I suggest you stick around for this one because I'm going to be sharing some information that could be the difference between success and failure. I'll start with some of the reasons that you may be struggling to find work in the first place, and then we'll have a look at what you can do about it.
Work on a super yacht, move up through the ranks, and maximise your potential.
Hello and welcome back to Work on a Super Yacht. If this is your first time to the channel and you're interested in making the most of your time in the super yachting industry, please consider pressing that little red subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated and it will allow me to continue helping you. Okay then, so every year the yacht crew market is flooded with more and more applicants who have found out about the possibility of working on yachts and all of the benefits that go along with it. It is important to note that this wasn't always the case. If we turn the clock back 20 or 30 years, a lot less was known about the industry, and as a result, there was a lot less competition for jobs. The net result was that you could get a job with only a few basic courses, a smile, and a can-do attitude. The trap is to believe that this is still the case. It isn't. So, you've gone and done your basic SDCW courses, you've got your ENG1, you've got your Powerboat Level 2 and your Level 2 Food Safety and Hygiene Certificate. You've spent hours putting your CV together, signing up with all of the crew agencies online and applying for all of the jobs that are advertised. Maybe you've even based yourself in a yachting hub and you're out there every day walking the docks and handing out your CV. But still, nothing. What gives? Why isn't anybody offering you a job? Well, to start with, you should know that yachts pay for the crew that they employ through crew agencies. Typically, in exchange for this payment, they expect to receive candidates with proven experience in the yachting industry and good references from previous captains, chief officers, chief stews, and chief engineers. Why would they pay for someone with none of this that they could just as easily go and find themselves walking along the dock? But what about that yacht crew agency job for which there was no previous experience required? Or that job that was posted on a Facebook group for which the yacht would not pay a fee? Or the yacht that you went and visited in person last week because the bosun said that they had a deckhand job going? You've checked and you satisfy all of the requirements. Why aren't they offering you a job? Quite simply, it's because you have failed to offer them a compelling reason to hire you. You're already at a disadvantage because you don't have any previous yachting experience. Make no mistake, for some of these jobs that don't require any previous experience, experienced candidates will still apply. This means that you need to work especially hard to convince them that you are the one for the job. Furthermore, maybe you're located on the other side of the world to where the yacht is. The yacht is going to have to pay an expensive airfare to get you on board, and maybe there's additional time and money that needs to be spent on arranging visas on your behalf. Why would they bother? How have you set yourself apart from the competition to convince them that it's you that they want? Not him. Definitely not him. You. So, how are you going to give yourself that edge? How are you going to mark yourself out as the one to hire? You need to start hustling. You need to be resourceful, and you need to understand the jobs that you're applying for. To be clear, what you're not applying for is the chance to travel the world and get paid for it. This may be one of your motivations for joining the yachting industry, but prospective employers do not need or indeed want to hear this. You're not on board the yacht to travel, you're on board the yacht to work. Let's start with a yacht stew role. What might the job involve? Service, both food and drink, making guests feel comfortable on board, general hospitality skills. Professional cleaning, ironing, provisioning for food and toiletries. Sewing, party planning, cocktail making. Food preparation, flower arranging, hairdressing, massage, wellness, yoga, Pilates, meditation, personal training, speaking in different languages to guests of different nationalities, table arrangement, child care. That's just a list of things that I came up with. I'm sure that you can add more. The point I'm trying to make here is that you don't need to go anywhere near a yacht in order to develop and gain experience with these skills in a professional setting. How about a deckhand role? Boat handling, lifeguard, swimming, carpentry, plumbing, electrical work, mechanical work, painting, personal training, professional cleaning, water sports skills, kiteboarding, scuba diving, wakeboarding, sailing, speaking in different languages to guests of different nationalities, varnishing, rope work, climbing. Again, all of this can be developed without setting foot on a yacht. What do you like the sound of? How do you want to position yourself? Choose 3 of the skills. Choose 8 of the skills. Heck, choose all of the skills. And then make a plan, make a strategy for how you're going to start developing and gaining experience, dare I say, even mastery with these skills. I want to make it clear that I'm not just talking about doing more courses. The STCW basic courses have to be done. It's a legal requirement. The Powerboat Level 2 course must be done in order to drive tenders. The Level 2 Food Safety and Hygiene certificate must be done if you're going to be handling food. But flower arranging, varnishing, service, rope work, no course is required to do any of these skills, and no yacht is under any illusions about your ability to do them just because you did a course. By all means, do a course as a little introduction, just to get started, but don't stop there. Don't just pop that on your CV and think that the job offers will start rolling in.
I've done my knot tying level 6. Why is nobody calling?
No, go and get some real-world experience. Volunteer your time every Saturday morning at the local florist. Go and speak to the local carpenter and see if you're going to be able to shadow them while they work in their workshop. Take a part-time job at a local restaurant or cocktail bar and make a point of improving your service skills with every shift that you work. Buy some rope, buy a book on knots and splicing, and get going. Gain some proper, valuable experience that you'll be able to confidently market to a yacht. Develop a real interest in these things. Show examples of your work and give the chief stew, chief officer, or captain confidence that you know what you're talking about when it comes to the interview. And what about the soft skills, the people skills, the teamwork, the ability to remain calm under pressure? How are you going to demonstrate that you're going to be able to fit in with a yacht's crew and live with them in harmony 24/7? Simply writing them on your CV isn't enough. Where is the evidence to back up these claims? What could you be doing now to demonstrate proficiency in these areas? When you're just starting out, your CV is more important than ever. It's your calling card. In the absence of a recommendation from a friend, it may be all that you have. Think of it as a little billboard advertising you. It must have substance. It must have a reason to make someone sit up and take notice. Forget about pretty colours, clip art pictures of anchors, fancy boxes and fonts. You're not going for a graphic design job. Your CV should simply serve as a container to hold all of those skills and achievements. Check out my video on writing a yacht CV and download the sample from the link in the description. This is the only framework you need. Then spend your time on developing your skills and experience so that you can fill your CV with value and substance. And what about all of those agencies that you've been signing up with online? Have you really made the most of filling out your profile with them? Have you given them a call to introduce yourself? Or maybe it's possible to go and visit them in person. When was the last time you called them? Are you the first person that comes into their head when a new deckhand or stew position becomes available? Have you been consistently developing your skills, updating your profile and CV, and then contacting the agent again to let them know? Of course, you will always hear stories about people who managed to get started easily, but for every one of them, there are many more who never got started at all. It wasn't because they weren't capable, and it wasn't because they didn't have the right qualifications. It was because they failed to distinguish themselves from the competition. Be honest with yourself. Are you really doing everything that you could do to get that first job? Have you exhausted every opportunity? How badly do you want it? Would you hire you? With any luck, the world will start to get back to some degree of normality next year. And if this is the case, there will be plenty of jobs coming up in 2021 as owners and charter guests who weren't able to use the yachts in 2020 are excited to get back on board. Now is the time to make sure that you're doing everything you can to be able to make the most of this opportunity. Don't spend all of your time and money on those basic STCW courses, ENG1, Powerboat Level 2, visa applications, airfares, crew house accommodation, only to find that you're still no more employable than the next person. Instead, put in the extra work now so that when the time comes, you'll be ready to market yourself confidently and proudly demonstrate the value that you offer. I am aware that some of you will have more challenges to overcome than others, whether that be due to visa restrictions, lack of finances, or indeed the fact that this pandemic has dealt you a really tough time this year. Unfortunately, I cannot level the playing field. All I can do is offer my support as you have shown me yours. We may be at different stages in our careers, but I'm here with you guys, hustling, working a full-time job, but at the same time getting prepared to go for that Chief Mate 3000 qualification next year, and indeed working on this YouTube channel so that I may be able to help more of you follow in my footsteps. It isn't easy, nothing worth having ever is, but it is possible. Are you up for the challenge? Thank you so much for watching, and if you've made it this far, I really do hope that you found some value, maybe even some inspiration in this video. If you have, a like would be fantastic, a sub would be amazing, and I very much look forward to seeing you next time.